Hi Facebook, how are you? Good afternoon. I hope you're having a wonderful day. You can see Spice is cleaning herself. She wanted to be a part of this video. So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about shopping. So today is a day that is apparently the day when the most shopping is done in the entire year. The most money is spent and revenue generated for retailers. So what I wanted to talk about is to actually share a little bit of a story with you. And before I do that, I just want to preface what I'm about to say. Hi, Dave. I want to preface what I'm about to say by making it very, very clear that everyone has very different tastes and everyone has different feelings about shopping. And what I'm about to tell you is just about my own experience and what I noticed in my own journey. And it is not, I'm not attaching any judgment to anybody else and whatever their shopping preferences may or may not be. Everybody's different and everyone does what they think is right in the moment. And I have complete respect for that. So what I want to tell you about is something that not many people know about. And that is the fact that, amongst various other things, I actually used to have a really, really bad shopping addiction. While I was at university, for a while, I had 6 jobs. And I wasn't traveling, I didn't go on holiday. I just was really, really determined to have a nice wardrobe. And each time I'd get the urge to get something else, and I'd think, oh, I just need one more thing, like one more coat, one more jumper. When I get that one pair of shoes, I'll stop shopping. But that urge was never ever satisfied. I'd get that one pair of shoes and then I'd want another pair of shoes or another coat or another jacket or another dress. And basically what was happening is that there was a void and a kind of an unresolved, some unresolved emotions in my deep in my subconscious that needed to be healed, but they weren't healed. And so I was trying to fill them and mask them and distract myself from them by bringing in stuff. And also because I was in a fear state, and when we're in a fearful state, we are more likely to feel like we need stuff, whether it's needing food or needing to shop for clothes. When we're in a stressed and fearful state, we go into this very primal instinct of needing to collect everything because we're worried about our safety and we're worried about resources. And it kind of goes back to like caveman days when, you know, if we were stressed, then we needed to, you know, gather lots of food in case there wasn't more food coming. Anyway, so I had 6 jobs, absolutely working my tush off, was quite stressed because this was whilst doing my degree. And I loved the skills that I was learning in each job, but ultimately I was trying to fill a void that didn't need to be filled by shopping. It needed to be healed. And when I started working on that, with the help of different people in my life, with the help of things like yoga and the help of meditation, and when I hired my first coach, and when I hired a hypnotherapist to help me with some of the fears and anxieties that I was struggling with, then gradually, and this is over a really long period of time as well, this is not something that just happened overnight, this is something that got better over the course of between like 2006 and 2000 and last year. So this took quite some time, but as I started to heal my emotional worries and concerns and scars, then I started to realize I don't really need stuff anymore. And I'm just complete and happy as I am, and I don't need that, you know, one more piece of clothing that before I was craving, and I was convinced that when I just had that one thing, that life would be different and I would be happier and I would be more confident. And ultimately, the root cause was that, you know, I was in a relationship that wasn't serving me, the person wasn't treating me nicely, and I had these wounds from my childhood and kind of other situations that weren't healed. So the thing that I do now whenever I'm considering buying something is I tell myself first and foremost, do I really, really need this? The second thing I ask myself is, do I really, really want this? And not just, do I really want it, but is it a definitely, definitely? And if it is not a definitely, definitely, and Megs will attest to this, my new roommate, because yesterday I spent about 2 hours deciding which lamp to get, because I have a policy that everything in my house, everything in my flat, has to be a definitely, definitely, or otherwise it's a no. From the tiniest things, from cutlery to lamps to the little picture, the little arm on the wall behind me. And so those are some of the questions that I ask myself. And then I also ask myself, am I craving this thing? Am I craving to buy a thing because I'm feeling something emotional? Like, am I craving to buy something because I'm feeling stressed and overwhelmed at work and I feel like I really deserve this really great pair of Lululemon bottoms, even if I already have 5 pairs? Or am I craving to buy a new handbag because my relationship isn't nourishing me? Whatever relationship that might be, romantic or otherwise. So I always ask myself that, and I check in with myself, why do I want this? And then also, what will it bring to me? And will it bring a functional use that really needs to be filled? Or will it just bring this feeling of, you know, exhilaration, or this feeling that I'm worth it? And that's okay, whatever the answer is. Like, if you're going through this process, don't judge yourself. Just own whatever your answer is, but recognize that if your answer is something like, I'm craving buying something because I'm really stressed and I just feel like I really need to treat myself, is there something else that you can do for yourself that shows you how much you care about yourself and makes you feel really, really good in an even more powerful, even more nourishing, self-loving and healthy way? And for me, one of the things that is most nourishing for me when I'm feeling that kind of urge is to actually go and work out, to go and have a really great yoga session, whether it's self-directed or a class, to go in the sauna and just feel that deep, deep, radiant warmth, and just to take a break from everything, and for that to be my reward. And one of the things that's very, very powerful about that is that whatever the form of exercise is that you really like, or even if you're just going to the gym purely to go in the sauna, what's happening in that situation is you're actually releasing from your body the cortisol that's in your system that is causing you to feel stressed and feel anxious. And so it's much more of a solution rather than just succumbing to the urge as more of a band-aid. So just wanted to share a little bit with you about my own experience with shopping. And, you know, it is something that's very, very tempting. It feels really good. You know, we talk about retail therapy, but truly shopping is a beautiful, magical thing, but it's not therapy. If there is something emotional that you are struggling with, the best thing you can possibly do is to reach out to people that you love, do other wholesome activities that make you feel really good. And if there is a fear and anxiety that's on your mind right now, or some goals, really, really big goals that you have that are making you anxious because you don't know where to start, or you are not sure which direction is the best direction to take, then something like hiring a coach, whether it's me or somebody else, or a hypnotherapist, can help you much, much more than going shopping. So I encourage you, by all means, if there are things that you really, really need and that are going to make you feel really amazing, then get them today. I know there's some good prices on, but if there's something deeper going on, just ask yourself what will truly make you feel good. And I hope that helps, and I'm sending you all mountains and mountains of love, and just know that however much stuff you have and whatever you might be wearing, you are whole and perfect just as you are. So there's no need to fill any perceived gaps with stuff, because you are complete just as you are. Perfect. All right.